And we are recording.
Howdy doody, everybody!
Hello. Is he saying
I will be right back.
I'm not hearing him again. We just started and you're already leaving?
Excuse me, princess.
There we go.
Thank you for calling me a princess.
I'm the one that edits this, right? I'll know later if you want.
What? He called me a princess.
Okay.
Kiki couldn't hear you call me a princess.
I said Cream is a princess, a pretty, pretty pony princess.
Well, she's a pony princess. Does that mean she has wings and a horn?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Well, I guess you could say I have wings.
Turn the fan off. Sorry about that, guys. Right as you called, I felt the urge to go use the can.
You are not forgiven or excused.
I forget.
Good to know. Good to know.
I'm the only one that matters.
Aww.
Hi, Bones.
Howdy doody.
I said hi already.
Yes, but it's better if we say it,
Oh. Hi!
Greetings, world of the future.
Hello and welcome to episode 39 of the Super Happy Fun Damatron Tea Party with Kiki, Bones, and that Greek woman.
Seriously, I guess you guys are the world of the past. But whatever.
Time zones!
Or as they called it in the old days, train time.
Train time?
Station time, sorry. Because literally, like, up until the late 1800s, like, post-Civil War, time zones didn't exist. They did exist, but they only existed for train schedules in this country. Like, people had local time. You went off of, like, noon was whenever the sun was at its apex in the sky. And everything else was just a division of that. So it would be like, you'd say it was 3 o'clock when the sun was about, 3/4 of the way through the sky kind of thing.
I wonder when they, actually figured out time zones.
Yeah, time zones totally makes sense. Oh, okay, maybe our time zones, but how are we so many different time zones, and then China as a whole is one time zone?
Yeah, that doesn't really make any sense.
Theoretically, if they cut time zones the way that they're supposed to be cut, they're set on longitudinal lines.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like roughly, I think it's like every 500 miles as you go east or west, you go up and down 1 hour.
That makes sense.
Wiggly wobbly, timey wimey.
Wibbly, not
It makes sense because basically what you're saying with time zones is
There we go.
it's the specific point that the sun is time zones exist is basically a dilation of general meridian time, which is right down the middle of the UK. And going east or west, you're basically going that many hours from when it's midnight there. That's where the sun is in relation to where the middle of the night in general meridian time. It seems really ass backwards, but basically all you're saying is in the case of our country, you're just that many, going east to west, you're just that many hours off, sun time wise from the next location.
That is
and it makes scheduling things way easier because you don't have as much dilation in time in regional areas. So in the old days, before the Civil War in our country, even in my own state, let's say, somebody in western Minnesota, out in the Red River versus somebody here on the St. Croix River, two opposite sides of the state are gonna have different local times by an hour, which is really annoying if you're trying to set up something where you have to have something by a certain time because the times literally change every 100 miles. You have an hour change, so they just standardized it and said, okay, theoretically that's silly, but every 500 miles, you're going to have an hour's change in time, and everybody within that zone is going to have the same time so that we can keep shit straight.
That's weird.
Not really. Why is everything weird to you?
I don't know.
So, sorry we haven't been able to watch Sailor Moon, but I had a shitty week, so.
Don't feel bad. I've had a shitty week, too. We're both having chest problems.
We're all having problems. Yay, problems!
Yay, problem.
Problems! Hooray! Hooray!
I have a sinus infection.
We're all sick with something.
My ribcage is trying to kill me.
My nose is trying to kill me.
But hey, at least I'm not having a heart attack.
Yay! You're too young for one anyways.
Yes, but my family history says that, probably
doesn't
should
matter.
be. I'm still amazed that I have managed to somehow dodge all the heart problems and high blood pressure. Woo!
So far.
Oh, internet. Back, internet. Can you still hear us, Bones?
I think I can kind of hear you just a little bit. You guys are, like, majorly choppy.
It's in the red. Yeah, according to Skype, we're not connected, but at the same time we are. The call hasn't actually dropped, and we can still hear you. Oh, we're back, right?
Let me try something. That helps. Oh, I think I completely lost him.
No?
Thought that would help, but it made it worse.
Can you not hear us?
Can you hear us?
Just barely. You guys are, like, just barely legible.
We can hear you, okay?
Yeah. The Super Happy Fun Jumbotron Tea Party with internet connection issues.
Maybe I should hang up and try calling you guys and see if we have a star connection if I'm the one hosting the call.
You do that. We will be right back. Bonjour.
Okay, so it wouldn't let me even call you.
Hi.
Hi!
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
We need to kick your ISP straight in its collective ass, I think.
Wave broadband. It's almost a monopoly. Oh god. Almost.
I've never had these kind of problems with Comcast. They're supposedly like one of the worst cable companies to have for internet.
I don't know.
I personally hate AT&T.
Well, there's a reason we don't have AT&T. It's just shitty here in Woodland and more expensive.
Yeah.
That's why everybody goes to Wave, because it's cheaper. And frankly, they actually do have great customer service. It's just often there's nothing they can do because it's a infrastructure issue.
Yeah.
Although the guy did come out here and essentially fix our outside boards for us.
Aw, that's sweet.
Anyway, hi again.
Hooray!
So, Grieve has a sinus infection. I have a big word that I have difficulty saying.
Costocontionitis.
Thank you. And Bones is not doing so hot either.
I've got some sort of chronic heartburn thing going on. It's getting better, I think. Like, it's not as bad as it was last week, but...
Yeah,
a
you
little
changed medication, right?
Yeah, I went from one type of proton pump inhibitor to another, and it seems to have helped somewhat. I probably still should see the doctor because this might be like a infection. Like I might have like a stomach infection, and that's why I'm getting heartburn.
Oh.
I know it's called heartburn, but isn't it essentially like a stomach problem?
But it's burning.
Your stomach is basically burping up stomach acid into your esophagus, and it burns.
So your stomach is trying to kill you. Her rib cage is trying to kill her.
Yeah,
my nose is trying to kill me.
Yep.
We just need a few more people with a few more body parts, and we'll have an entire body trying to kill people.
Well, it's not like the rest of my body hasn't stopped trying to kill me. It's just this is a new issue.
Yeah. Never mind.
Which may be chronic.
Yay. Boo.
No, boo is my medical bill.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Which may or may not be paid retroactively. So.
Huh?
CMSP might retroactively pay for my emergency room visit, or it might only pay partial. Most instances I have knowledge of, they only pay like partial. I know they'll pay for my pills, but probably only like part of my visit, because I obviously wasn't on the plane when it happened. But going to the emergency room makes it easier to get on.
Exactly.
Yay! More medical debt added to the family.
Don't feel bad. I have medical insurance and it still hurts to go.
I essentially spent 2 hours pretty much not being able to breathe properly because I did not want to go to the emergency room, and then I suddenly could not, no matter what I attempted to breathe at all, had to be taken.
It sounds like the temporary Band-Aid solution was to fill you full of painkillers so that you could breathe without pain, and then try to figure out what was going on after that.
Well, because of my symptoms, they had to do also heart attack procedure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was essentially EKG stuff, pump you full of pain pills, and once they figured out what it was, pump me through the anti-inflammatory. So I got a double dose of heavy morphine, and then a big dose of anti-inflammatory and some nausea stuff.
Hooray.
All while laying in bed going, well, my heart's doing fine, but my O2 stat sucks.
The thing I love about modern insurance is even if you have it, like, mine's like a lot of the newer insurance plans where it's like, they won't even cover anything until you have like $5,000 of medical debt. Then they're like, yeah, okay, now we'll cover everything going forward. I really hate these kind of insurance plans. It's like, why am I paying $200 a month for this?
Thankfully, my bill was not that high. It's only like $800 something. Because we have a cost dilation program for the non-insured.
Yeah. Well, and the thing about the insurance is like, you know, the doctor will say, well, I think you owe me $500, and the insurance, like my insurance company will be like, no, he owes you $200.
Yeah. Because there's no universal set price. It's kind of, you know, this.
Basically, what I've come to the conclusion is modern medical insurance is basically a racket to knock down the price for insured people. Like, if you have some sort of insurance, anything, it automatically knocks the prices down because you're paying X amount a month for insurance, usually a few $100s. And then it exists if, like, you have a major accident and it's, you know, tens of thousands of dollars, and you're covered after the first couple thousand.
Mm-hmm.
They just, you know, they cover everything. Your premium's met. You now are paid in full for the next year.
There's still...
Just remember, kids. So just remember, kids, modern medical care is a privilege, not a right.
There's still tons of people out there, and I know a few of them who, for some reason, think that you don't have to pay for emergency room visits. It's like, no, you do.
Well, the thing is, if you have good medical insurance, you pay almost nothing.
Well,
like,
no. When complaining about not having insurance, they think that if I go to the emergency room, I don't have to pay because it's the emergency room.
No, that just means that they help you and then they bill you later.
Yeah, they can't turn me away.
No, if you need help, they have to give you help, but they'll still charge you up the ass for it.
They make you wait if you're not bleeding or dying.
Well, yeah, they have to. You know, you do the bleeding and dying people first.
Yeah.
Although luckily my heart attack-like symptoms gave me a room instead of the aisle because it was early enough in the day that there weren't a bunch of people already taking up the rooms.
Yeah. I luckily have not had to go to the hospital for anything.
You know what?
Knocking on wood.
Yeah. I'm pissed because I was doing so well not seeing that fucking place again. And then, you know what? It's like, oh, motherfucker. Oh, I know that face. I know that person. Yeah, hi. You know me. Me. No, it's me this time.
Well, we were in and out of there for months.
Seriously, health-wise, this year can go fucking.
Yes, I actually agree with it. I cannot wait until it's 2014 so we can start all over again. And I want to go 1 year. 1 year. Without having to visit that fucking hospital. Just 1 year, that's all I ask.
Well, if it makes you guys feel better, I went in for the weird growth on my back, and like, it was the first time I'd seen my family doctor, and I don't know how long, because usually I was just going in for like urgent care shit, like I get glass in my face or whatever, and you know, something they gotta take care of real quick, but it's not like, I didn't feel like it was an emergency room thing, just, you know, can somebody quick sew me up so I can go home? And I haven't seen him in a couple years, and he's like, oh, I see you're doing good. You lost 55 pounds, and your blood pressure's good, and your pulse is good, and your O2 is good, and you look good. And he goes, it's been 10 years since your last set of vaccinations. so you gonna do those today? I'm like, well, how bad is the damage? He's like, well, they're not very painful. I'm like, no, doc, how bad is the damage? How much is it going to cost me? That's the first time anyone's ever asked me that. I'm like, I'm all for vaccinations, but I want to make sure I'm not going to get like a $900 bill because each vaccination is like, $150.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, no, I don't think they're that bad. I think most medical insurance companies just cover them. They just call it even. I'm like, yeah, fine, whatever, okay. I get home and I check my insurance policy. They're not free, but they're damn close. They're $20 a piece.
Well, that's not bad.
I had to have like 3 or 4 in my arm. It wasn't bad. So I'm gonna end up owing. I think that visit's gonna end up costing me $300-400, but it was good because I got the thing off my back and I'm all up to date on my vaccinations and yeah. I just thought it was interesting because the doctor looks at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, no, how much is it going to cost?
Yes, we have to consider our health based on money. Yay!
Why do you think I haven't had insurance in 3 years?
Oh, that hurt.
I live with the pain, I live with the lack of sleep, I live with being crazy, and I just don't care. And I'm looking at getting, like, essentially free health insurance that I will never, ever touch. Because we were looking at it, and it's completely free, right? Because of the pay bracket that I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's completely free. But if I were to use it, I could only see my doctor 3 times a year, and it would cost me $60 for each visit.
That's actually not that terrible compared to other.
That's actually great.
Yeah, but see, if I were to go to the doctors for all of my problems, I'd need a lot more than 3 visits.
Well, your doctor could work with your insurance due to a chronic disability.
Yeah, but it's been 3 years. They'd have to prove it again.
Did you ever have it recorded in your medical records, these problems?
You were taking
yeah.
prescribed medication. It's in your records.
It doesn't go away. You just basically have your doctor, pull your records.
Like, because I've seen someone for this, it's in my medical record. Now, if I ever do get insurance, which I will be signing up for October 1st, then I could, if it's not a one-time thing, I could go to the doctor and say, I need more medication for this. I like breathing. I like not feeling like I'm having a heart attack and I want to chop off my left tit because it's so inflamed with pain.
I just want to sleep again.
Well,
and a good sleep.
Okay, I don't have good sleep, but I have a shit ton of sleep because of pain medication.
Well, see, I had a sleep aid, an anti-inflammatory, an antidepressant, and if I ever needed it, I could go in and talk to my doctor and be like, could I have an emergency painkiller? And she totally would have given me one.
Yeah, you'll just, when that stuff kicks in for you, you'll just have to try to. With the exception of a couple I've met a lot of great doctors in our local system that are more than willing to help you get care.
Being my luck, I'd end up with a lady that told me to go home, take Tylenol, and go to sleep when I had a sinus infection.
Yeah. I didn't say all of them were great. Mm-hmm. I would like to say, if anybody, which I doubt it, else lives in Woodland and listens to this, we actually have a great, at the Memorial, a great emergency and ICU staff.
Yeah.
At least most of the ones I've met. I've met most of them.
Especially the ICU.
It's just terrible because they're great people, but you never want to fucking see them because that means shit has a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, maybe we should talk about something less.
I only have one more thing to say about doctors.
Okay.
I don't know if you ladies run into it as much as I do, but as I'm sure you're both aware, I was massively overweight this time last year. I was basically 3 weeks into my diet. Mm-hmm. At this time in 2012, I was 255 pounds, which may not sound terrible, but I'm like around 210 right now. Mm-hmm. After a year. And the doctor always used to tell me, well, Bones, if you would lose some weight, this shit would all go away. This is the same guy I saw X amount of weeks ago for my back. And you know what? I have heartburn and I lost 50 pounds. So obviously it's not the weight that's the problem.
A lot of doctors will say it's the weight. And yeah, for some people, or a large section of people, a lot of their issues probably do stem from their weight. But it's not a cure-all. Just losing the weight is not going to automatically fix you. Especially if the damage is already done.
My guy. Every single problem he has would be solved by him losing like 200 pounds.
Well, that's because our guys are like 400 plus.
Yeah, because my guy has back problems, knee problems, ankle problems.
No, that
he has sleep apnea.
Anytime you have joint problems at that weight range, that's the weight bearing down on your bones.
Oh yeah, and see, both of them, whatever problems that they have, they would all be solved by them losing weight. Unfortunately, Kiki and I, our problems, we could lose as much weight as possible. Both of us could get down to the exact weight that the doctor tells us is the healthiest. I don't know about you, but the last time my doctor talked to me, she said about somewhere between 130 and 140 for me, right? Which I weigh about 210 right now.
Considering you're taller than me and my target weight, because my doctor thought the BMI index was bullshit, because it is. She said around 160, but that was years ago when I actually had a doctor. But the emergency room doctor said that for the issues at least I was seeing him for, my weight had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, well, I know because I have fibromyalgia, and since it's a joint and nerve disorder, for at least the joint part, losing the weight, which at this point, getting down to 140 would be 70 pounds. So losing 70 pounds to get to 140. The only thing it would do is take a little bit of pressure off my joints. It would not solve any problems because fibromyalgia is not the type of thing that can be dealt with that way. Cause it's just always going to be there.
If it makes you two feel better, my healthy weight, quote unquote, is 150 pounds.
How the hell?
I'm 5 foot. I'm gonna say 5'9" because when they last time they measured me when I was a teenager, I was 5'10", and then they measured me again. Now they're saying I'm 5'8", and I don't think that's accurate. But
well, yeah, I got measured when I was like 16, 17, something like that. And they said that I was 5'6", and then when I went in when I was in my early 20s, like 23, 24, they were trying to say that I was 5'4".
That's what happened to me. They said I was 5'10", and then the lady decided to measure me now for whatever reason. She's like, "You're 5'8". I'm like, okay, I've been 5'10" every time I've been measured up until now, and now you're saying I'm 5'8". So I don't think I'm shrinking this fast. What happened?
Yeah, no, I could say it was my posture, but I know how to stand up straight to be measured. And then I had, who did I have measure me? I had your husband, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm like 5'5.5".
Yeah.
So I could understand the mistake of making me 5'6".
Well, it also depends on whether or not they had you take off your shoes, whether or not there's a slant in the floor, wherever they're taking the actual measurement from off the tape.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with the 5'5.5".
I always do the whole thing where you stand up against the rod and then the thing comes down on top of your head.
No.
Not hard. They just slide it down until it hits the base of your skull. And then they go, okay, you're X amount.
Pardon. Oh, that hurt. Oh, God.
That sounded like it hurt.
It's okay.
Stay tuned for part 2. You are now listening to part 2.
But anyway, I just think it's hilarious because like I think I've had massive strides in losing weight. Like I think I've measured myself today and I was like I've been right around between 5'10" and 5'15", depending on how much I've been eating. But I haven't gone up. I've always stayed right within that 5-pound bar. And they're like, if you want to be a healthy weight, you need to lose 60 more pounds. And I'm like, I don't know where I'm going to lose it from, dude. I just lost 50. And I lost a lot of weight. And I'm still paunchy. Like, I still have a gut.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't imagine dropping another 50, 60 pounds off my frame. Like, it probably would be good for me. It'd be easier on my joints. But, like, I don't think I'm eating, I'm eating a lot right now, but that's just because I don't feel real good, so I'm just kind of, like, eating to compensate for the pain, which isn't good, but I'm allowed to splurge every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm pissed, because, it's like, oh, I feel better enough, maybe we should go back to exercising. Oh, I'm not allowed to exercise now. Yeah, that one, thank you. I made her go get me another ice pack.
It's burning my fingers with cold.
My other one is no longer cold. Oh, God, that's good.
Does that feel good, Kiki?
Yes. This goes against every intuition I have, but putting heat on this would be the dumbest thing ever. So,
if you have inflammation, you want ice. You don't want heat. You don't make it worse.
Because normally I put heat on stuff just to relieve the pain.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So essentially I've been using my bra to hold an ice pack in place.
Ice actually should help with the pain over time.
Where you have been putting an ice pack?
It's because
it would kill me.
It's because the cold normally is for me, just makes the joint pain feel worse.
Yeah.
That I'm not willing to wait for it to work, so I normally just go for heat.
Well, joint pain is different from muscle pain. What you have is inflammation of the muscles in between your ribs. So you want ice because it's... I've had what you had. I had it when I was 19. It's nasty stuff. It's actually how I found out I had the GERD, because what I was having then I'm having now, where I had, my muscles and my ribs over my sternum were sore, and then I was having, a burning sensation, which is crazy, and blah, blah, blah. Enough of our health issues.
I think it's funny. Essentially, I'm, the healthiest person I know.
Yeah. I know.
I'm in good health, other than the fact that I'm having this weird problem right now. Up until 2 weeks ago, I was in perfect condition, I'm in good shape, I exercise. I mean, I'm not a healthy weight, but I wasn't having any real, long-term health problems at that point. And then all of a sudden this shit started up, and I'm like, ugh, here we go again.
Yeah. Essentially, I have spent so much time while I was growing up ignoring the pain or working through the pain that I can sit here and I can tell you, yeah, I'm in pain, but it's not painful. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've learned to minimize the pain sensation.
As long as it's not a stabbing pain, I don't give a fuck about it.
I've had that. I kept on walking. Because I used to competitive swim and being screamed at and being told, I don't care if you feel like your shoulder is dislocated, keep swimming. And
I remember that.
Awesome, right?
Oh, God, yeah.
I still have him screaming in the back of my head. I can still hear him. And it drives me freaking insane. But, thanks to him, I can keep on going. And it's one of those things where it's I don't feel like I am as sick as everybody else, but I am sick as everybody else. And it doesn't really make any sense when I say it out loud.
Well, for me, if I kept going, I would be doing extra damage. That's the problem. If it's so painful, I can't not pay attention to it. That means I need to stop doing what I'm doing, or else I'm just hurting myself.
Yeah. No, I had to laugh. One time my guy's mom and my mom were actually talking to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom both of them were laughing and saying that the pain was all in my head. And I had to start laughing. And they're like, what are you laughing about? And I'm all like, technically, you're both right. The pain is in my head because it's my nerves misfiring. Telling me, this is in pain, this is in pain, this is in pain. I didn't actually hurt anything, but I hurt because my nerves are going off. And then they both looked at me like they had no clue what I was talking about, but they're both idiots, so.
Will they just stop reading?
Nothing pisses me off more than a doctor or anyone going, well, maybe it's psychosomatic. Maybe you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah! I love those doctors.
Even if it's psychosomatic.
If they can't find anything wrong with you, that's what they'll say. For 3 months I had horrible chest pains, and every doctor goes, Well, finally the doctors just go, after testing all my organs and checking my muscles and everything, and finding only slight inflammation in the muscles and, no obvious damage to my esophagus or my heart or anything. Like, well, maybe it's all in your head. Maybe it's just psychosomatic. I'm like, all right, I'm in excruciating pain. Like, kidney stone, excruciating, stabbing pain in my chest. Don't tell me it's psychosomatic.
Yeah.
If it was psychosomatic, if you put me on drugs for different mental illnesses, you might be able to get rid of it. It's not the problem. There's something wrong with me inside. And finally, a physician's assistant who was subbing in for my doctor went, anyone ever treated you for GERD? I'm like, what's that? He's like, well, it's like chronic heartburn. Do you ever have, ever burp up like an acidy liquid? I'm like, oh yeah, all the time. Isn't that normal? And the doctor looks at me and goes, no. He goes, does it happen when you don't eat? I'm like, it happens in the morning. It happens in the middle of the night. It happens when I don't eat. He's like, how many people in your family have problems with heartburn? I'm like, well, my whole dad's side of the family. He's like, great, so you're genetically disposed to gastric reflux. I'm like, maybe? They put me on the drugs, and within a week, the pain was going away.
Awesome. No, I loved the whole, I got tested for, absolutely everything. I swear they took, 8 vials of blood. I got x-rayed. Still never got that CAT scan. They were going to do that, but...
Dude, I've had multiple CAT scans.
I think I need one. But
we all need a CAT scan eventually.
Then again, for a year, I went to a specialist in San Fran 5 times.
Oh, wow. No, but I actually have Kiki as a witness to the fact that I have a problem. Because you were there that one time when my back froze up.
Yeah.
And I could not move without screaming. And my guy had to pick me up off the floor, which was fucking painful, and lay me out on the bed. And I could not move. My back just decided to completely freeze up, and if I tried to move at all, it felt like somebody was ripping me apart from the inside. So I was like, yay, I have problems. That was kind of scary. I don't think Kiki wants to talk about problems anymore. What?
No, I think we should move on.
No. It's just, there's a lot of problems. I have the benefit of the fact that my problem, at least not on the, it may not be obvious on the outside, but on the inside, from a very young age, it was obvious that my bones were going to be fucked. So I've had that knowledge for a while, and it's in my records that my bones are fucked. It's just the fact that new problems keep showing up, and that I'm not getting real treatment for the old problems, and then there are other problems I'm not getting treatment for either. And the fact that my life plan is being ever so fucked as every year goes by. So yeah, new topic.
What's the new topic?
I don't know, we didn't have a chance to watch anime. Have you had a chance to watch anime?
No, I have not.
I mean, I went and saw a local production of Les Mis.
How was that?
It was actually pretty good, except for 2 of the female leads should not be allowed to sing. But the other ones were great. The guy who played Jean Valjean, oh my god, beautiful voice, so perfect for the role. Maurice was perfect, Bear was perfect. The girl who played, I'm gonna butcher her name, the chick that Maurice was friends with, and she's in love with him, and she gets shot during the barricades, and she had a beautiful voice. She was perfect for the role. And
I'm gonna go ahead and go on record.
And
I've never seen Les Mis.
Young Claudette was so great because she had the little Cockney accent, even though it's about French Revolution. We always use English accents for it because we converted the language into English. She had perfect little singing voice. She was great on stage, but the adult version of her was so sharp and could not sing and act at the same time. So there was no emotion in her singing. I would have forgiven the sharpness if she could compel emotion. And Fontaine, okay, the lady who played Fontaine, she was not bad. She could certainly hold a note. It was just always slightly off the note it was supposed to be.
Lord.
Do you seriously not know the story of Les Mis?
Never seen it.
Anyway, I had a very good anniversary, ignoring the ribcage pain. Got to have, fun times with the hubby, had lunch, dinner, did the shopping, saw a good show. It was great.
Awesome. Not too bad for 13 years. Yay!
Holy crap, that's like forever.
And hey, mine and my guy's 13 years coming up. That's a really long time.
I've had bowel movements shorter than that.
Well, I surely hope so. Because if you've had bowel movements longer than that, I think
I'm a
you should
literal
be dead.
shitting machine.
Aren't most of us shitting machines?
Pretty much.
Shit.
Shit shimmery, shim shit maroon.
Oh, ow.
Don't make her laugh.
You fuckers.
Ah. I'm totally replicating the laugh from Toys.
Mm-hmm.
Is your father laughing in his coffin? Oh, no, he just like noisemakers.
We actually watched that a little bit ago, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
I love Toys. I can see why it failed in the theaters, but I love the movie.
It's a bad movie, but it's like, eh.
It's so aesthetically interesting, and it's like, this is such a ridiculous idea. How can you not watch it?
Yeah. No, I just love Robin Williams. He's like my favorite.
It's amazing in the sense that basically the whole reason why his uncle took over was a plan by his own father to get him to grow up and take over the business. And that's what I thought was so funny, is the father was saying, like, there's nothing wrong with being a kid at heart, but you also need to be willing to take care of, adult business at the same time. Yeah. That's all his uncle taking over was really about, was making him wake up and be a man kind of thing. I like Robin Williams. I think he gets a bad rap. Like, oh, Robin Williams is a hack. I'm like, hey, he's alright. He does a good job. But, yeah, we started watching the new Last Exile anime. We watched it in the wrong order, and I still need to start watching it again, but I'm always like, I've been watching Let's Plays of Outlast, that new horror game that just came out, and then I'm watching H.C. Bailey play through Final Fantasy VIII, and yeah.
Yeah, if I haven't been sleeping, I haven't been doing much. The only reason I went to school on Thursdays is because I had a midterm.
Hooray, midterms.
Which, when I got there, he's like, are you sure you want to do this today? I can let you do it another day. I'm like, I'm already here, dude. I've got an ice pack on. I already sat through the class I hate. I want to be here. This is a good class.
No, the only thing I've been doing, I have not been reading any manga. I have not been watching any animes. The only thing that I have been doing is I'm reading the Beautiful Creatures series, which is a young adult series. The first book is Beautiful Creatures. Now I'm on Beautiful Darkness. And Kiki's making a face because she's God, this is just bad.
That wasn't related to you.
Oh, okay.
You have to ignore my face for a while.
Okay, ignoring Kiki's face. I've been reading that, and I don't know if you've ever heard of the television show Castle, but I rewatched, like, from season 1 all the way through season 5, because the season premiere for season 6 is on Monday! I'm so excited! Because I'm so engrossed in the storyline, and I love, like, all of the characters. Because the main character, Castle, is played by Nathan Fillion, and he's, like, the greatest guy on the face of the planet. Yay, Nathan Fillion. Yay! Cannot pronounce the name of the lady that plays his counterpart, but,
it's raining again.
She has a really weird name, dude. But she is also really awesome. And it's just one of the TV shows that I try really, really hard to keep up with. And
it's Stana Katic. I couldn't remember her first name, so I had to look up.
Stana Katic?
I may be mispronouncing it slightly, because she's Canadian, but her family is Serbian, so it's a bit weird.
Yeah. At least I can pronounce Nathan Fillion. But it's a really great, like, is it a comedy? It's a dramatic comedy?
It's a procedural cop drama with comedic elements.
Okay. Essentially, the girl is a detective, and she plays Detective Beckett, and then he plays Castle. Oops, internet connection.
Can you still hear us, Bones? I can still kind of hear you.
I can't hear anything at all.
Are we back?
Bah,
Yeah.
bah.
The
I
rain
kind of
just
zoned
got-
out. You guys started talking about girly, castle-y, whatever things, and I was like, oh, okay.
The rain got heavy again. I hope we don't lose power. The trees and the power lines and the phone lines like to dance when the weather's really bad, and neither of them are good at it. So,
Okay, fine. I will stop talking about Castle.
I don't know if any of our listeners bother to watch Castle.
I know nothing of American TV.
Yeah, I can tell our connection's bad because he sounds bad. He's got the good mic.
I have the awesome mic, totally amazing to the max.
Mm.
The times they are a-changing.
Are you reading something or can I open another tab?
Oh no, you can open another tab. I was just trying to pronounce her parents' names.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Have you ever heard of this book series?
No.
Okay, so you had a sad childhood. That's kind of a given. Anyway, The Magic Tree House, which is a children's book series from the early 90s, is being made, or was made, I don't remember if it was or has been. Has it been made? Yes. Yes, it has been made. Into an anime film. Which,
Wow.
yay! I want to see it! I loved
The
that
what?
series.
The what is being changed is being turned into a...
The Magic Tree House book series?
Oh my god, into an anime?
Yeah, they made an anime, here.
Even he knows what you're talking about. I have no clue what you're talking about. I didn't
I
read
had the
children's
books.
books.
Well, we were kids when they came out.
I didn't read children's books when I was a kid. I started reading adult novels when I was in 4th grade.
Yeah, I started reading adult novels, before school as well, but my parents still bought me kids' books too.
My mom figured it was less money if she just let me have access to her library. Other than that, I read, starting the 5th
I read
grade.
the classics and these, and didn't have a problem with either since, the library didn't suck where I lived, apparently.
Actually, our library is really good. It's just her mom probably wouldn't have let her go there by herself.
The only place I was allowed to go by myself was school.
During the summers, I used to make French quizzes at the library sometimes when I was younger.
Are you kidding? I had other kids to watch.
I would just take them with me.
Oh, we weren't allowed to leave the house.
I would take my nephew to the library all the time.
We weren't allowed to leave the
That
house.
back when my brother was in chess club, we were often there anyway because that's where they held meetings. Yes.
Yeah.
He was part of chess club.
I read Dr. Seuss.
Well, everybody deserves Dr. Seuss.
I read Dr. Seuss, but I think I read like one Goosebumps book. But the only books that I really read by R.L. Stine was the Fear Street Saga that I started when I was like in 5th grade. And read like a million gazillion times.
Maybe that's why you like young adults stuff so much, because you didn't get to have it when you were, the proper age.
No, when I was the proper age for young adult novels, I was reading Stephen King, Anne Rice,
Two writers that I don't care for.
2 writers that you don't care for.
I care for Anne Rice the least. Like, at least I will give Stephen King, who makes compelling stories. I just don't like the writing style.
Yeah.
I find it boring.
But, No, the closest I got to reading young adult novels was the R.L. Stein Fear Saga.
No, remember how I used to have a nice big book collection
Yeah.
when we first met? It's because my mom signed me up for this mail-ordered book club. And essentially every month I got new books.
Cool. No, there's a lot of books I never even read unless it was, like a school thing. Like, the only reason why I ever read To Kill a Mockingbird was because it was part of a school project. And if I could remember the name of this one series that I read, that was a young adult series, and I read that in junior high. I just could not tell you what it was called. I remember the basic storyline, but that's about it.
Is this ever gonna be dubbed in English, or?
Nope, never.
But it would probably do really well over here. I want to see it either way. I know what we can talk about. Funimation releasing its first sub-only thing. Bones. I'm not gonna shout at the
Oh, you're talking to me. I can
Yes.
barely hear you guys.
You're kind of crackly on our side too, even though the connection says it's better. It's still in the yellow. I don't know if there's anything I can do about it. Do we need to talk louder?
No, you guys are literally sound like, I'm betting we both sound like robots at this point.
Well, on the recording, our side is taken directly from my mic, so sadly yours is not. Can you hear what we're saying at least?
Just barely.
Should we give up on this?
I don't know.
I was thinking that you could talk about that Funimation thing you linked me, about the sub-only thing.
Oh yeah, the sub only?
Yeah, why don't you talk about that?
As far as I'm aware right now, I haven't had time to look into it. It looks like it's their first try at a sub-only release, and I'm kind of like, well, there goes the neighborhood. No more dubs for us. They claim they're not going to go away from dubs, but I have a feeling that we're going to see a lot less dubs if that's successful. That's about all I have to say.
Okay. Well, the article you linked talked about how they pay attention to, legal simulcast services and streaming services for what's possible.
Basically, what they're saying is that looking at basically what they're saying is looking at Crunchyroll, Neon Alley, Funimation streaming. I can think of some, all the legal streams. They're basically looking at basically for them it's Crunchyroll and themselves and what's popular. Stuff that's most popular is going to get dubs. The stuff that's somewhat popular is going to get subs, and the stuff that's not very popular is not going to get a DVD release in this country anymore. That's they had a follow up on ANN a week ago, and that's what they were saying.
Mm.
So obviously Attack on Titan is going to have a dub. I can't think of any of the other new ones. I don't really watch a lot of stuff when it's fresh because I'm lazy. I like dubs because dubs mean I don't have to be paying real good attention.
Isn't Toonami doing pretty well? I think it is, at least. I think Toonami is doing pretty well, so.
Yeah, it sounds like they're doing all right.
And they've already stated that they're only going to show dub stuff, so.
Yeah.
There's that.
Toonami's problem is they're so late at night that I have no interest in watching it because I'm usually in bed by the time they're on for the night. They start at midnight, and I'm I'm not really into watching anime at midnight. If they could be on they could do a 10 to midnight block, I would totally watch it. But the whole midnight on Saturday nights, no, I'm usually we're recording. If we're not recording, I'm curled up in a ball.
Balls.
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 Motherfuckers are. Anyway, 1 second. It's getting seriously annoying in my headphones. What the hell is that freaking option? Oh, I like, what the hell are the sounds? I like sounds and notifications, but, it's super annoying on recording because, like, apparently tonight's the night that PvP Online is going to be super, super active, and so every 5 seconds I hear a notification for that chat because I have it not centered, so I hear the sounds. That's a complete aside. It drives me crazy because if I didn't have my headphones, then it wouldn't be nearly as annoying, but it's going in my left ear every 5 seconds. Boop, 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 boop. Shut up. Normally there's nothing even going on in that chat room unless Kiki's online. But apparently tonight everybody's talking.
I remember back in the day when the channel was much bigger and very active.
Well, like, little by little people have been leaving. It's kind of like what happened with Hal Forums, too.
It's just how things work.
I mean, I think the tone of the channel really changed when Makar stopped being on a regular basis.
Well, I certainly have less things to gripe about.
What now?
I said I certainly have less things to gripe about in reference to the chat room.
Oh, no Makar?
Yeah.
Well, at least she didn't hate you, dude. She fucking despises me.
I would have to talk to her for her to hate me.
What now?
I would have to actually talk to her for her to hate me. And normally
Yeah.
I only, comment on things she says and then stop saying things.
Apparently, she tried to, she tried to outstretch the olive branch to me one time, and I snubbed her, and that was it. She won't even, acknowledge my existence anymore. I don't even remember it, but, apparently I'm the biggest dickwad in the entire universe.
Well, you're a sweetie.
I'm a monster born of hate and darkness.
You're a fish hat man.
Grape doesn't know what we're talking about.
I'm trying to find a moment where I can make a comment, but I am completely lost, so I'm just sitting here
there's
being
this
pretty.
chick who used to come in the chat room, who comes into the chat room less, and we're happy about it.
Oh, awesome.
Always a good sign, always a good sign.
This is the end of part 2. Stick around for part 3. Welcome to part 3.
Yeah, it's been real quiet, I think, for all of us lately. There's not much really going on.
I think, especially for the people who've been here for quite a while, a lot of us are older now and have things to do.
Yes, things to do. Exactly.
Like husbands.
I don't know what you're talking about. I leave mine alone.
All I have to say is flap, 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 flap. Those are the things I have to do. I will say I have been, what's the word I'm looking for? I've been sampling some of our new product and it's been pretty fucking good, so.
Yay, that's good.
It's always a good and bad sign when you've perhaps overindulged in the adult art. I'll tell you what, Kiki, there's nothing like rug burns on your junk.
Yeah, rug burns can suck. But
I was not paying attention to anything that he said, so that was the first thing I heard.
we too busy looking at Homaru and Usagi.
It is so cute!
Yeah, it is.
What?
There are gifts from the new musical on my dashboard. She was looking at them and they're very adorable.
Crazy.
Because they're being cute. See?
Yes.
Are you talking about the new Sailor Moon musical?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Momura is being played by a woman.
Well, it's an all-female cast. So even the generals are ladies.
Aww.
Everybody's a lady.
Everybody's a lady.
This isn't the first time the actress has played a dude either, so it's kind of common, actually.
Ah, thank you. I was just looking to see what you were talking about.
Well, that's the gift set we were looking at.
Oh, wow! It's the all-female cast, so Maru is played by... Oh, wow. That's hilarious. Dude, the girl that plays Usagi is absolutely adorable.
Yeah, she is. During the interview, one of the interviews anyway, she was saying how her friends thought she was perfect to play Usagi because she loves to be lazy and play video games and eat junk food.
If that's the only qualifications, I would be perfect for an American Usagi.
Well, she's also young.
I think that the all-female cast kind of works in Japan. Like here, I would feel like they kind of need to get a guy to play Maru, but like there, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well, that and culturally, they've been doing that for a while. So
Oh yeah, the
most of the time, people don't
theater?
take an eye at that, and the ladies are used to playing male roles. So
Well, culturally, that would mean that we would be okay with having men play the female roles.
well, no, we haven't been culturally okay with that for a long ass time.
Okay.
It's never been
In
culturally
the UK,
relevant.
they would be okay with that.
Remember, when they were doing that, the American culture didn't exist because we weren't a country.
Okay. So the original English culture would be okay with it. The culture that we're supposedly based off of. Started with.
Associated with.
Associated.
In Western culture, it's not considered unmanly to be an actor. Like you could be manly and be an actor, but like Japanese culture, at least traditionally, men were supposed to be warriors. They weren't supposed to be, playing around. They're supposed to be learning the martial arts so they can go fight for their lord.
The artistic side is for the ladies. Although they have, in their history, lots of great lady warriors, too.
Yeah.
Well, and with the No and the, I can't think of the other type of theater, they have lots of men playing women.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think traditionally it was women didn't play in theater, but it became a thing when men were called to, go fight. I cannot wait to see the concept sketches for the new series in January. That's all I can think of. Like, I was so excited when that fan art showed up, and it was suggested that it might be the new concepts, and I was like, oh, dude, this is gonna be awesome. And they're like, no, it's just fan art. I'm like,
How? Well, we'll see it when we can see it.
Indeed. We're all gonna be watching that when it comes out.
Whee! No. If we ever did I don't know why they would ever do it, but no. If they ever did an American version of Usagi, or Sailor Moon, I'm signing up. I don't care if they say I'm too old. I'm perfect.
You're too old.
I'm not too old.
You could be her voice actress.
I don't know. Could I?
Yeah,
What's going on?
You're really good at a girly voice, like your Valley Girl voice. A little less Valley Girl would probably be perfect.
So just talk like I normally do?
No, put a cute boy in front of you and let you talk.
Oh my god. That would be so much fun. I could just stare at a cute guy the whole time.
Anywho. Oh, deep breath.
People are all incredibly strange.
Not strange. Different.
Says the one
Great.
who calls everything weird.
That's still...
Although I have to say the one thing they did get right in the English version of Sailor Moon was, despite being a slightly different character concept, the general disposition of Mamoru in English is pretty much right on target. She's like, you are all incredibly weird.
Pretty much. So yeah.
Dude, I want to be the bad guy from, what is it, Sailor Moon S, the crazed doctor with the shadow face.
Dr. Tomoe?
He looks awesome.
You want to be Hotaro's father?
Sure, why not, dude? He looks awesome. I just saw a gif of him talking to somebody. He's like,
I think you could pull it off.
He's like, do you ever wonder why my face looks like this? What, you mean in shadow? No, I look like I have, my eyes look like two oranges and my mouth looks like a banana. I was like, oh my god! I want to be a crazed mad doctor. This is awesome. I don't care how stupid that sounds.
I want to, and I think this would make my guy really, really happy if I could actually pull it off.
Why don't you check your phone? You got a hot date?
No.
Okay. Anyway.
I think it would make my guy really, really happy if I could actually pull it off. I want to dress up as Sailor Jupiter.
You could easily pull it off. You just wouldn't be in your right body shape. If anything, it would be a bitch finding a prefab costume that would look fucking silly.
Yeah. Well, because I can always do something about, like, my tummy roll. I can do something about that. It's called, getting a tight enough cincher.
Don't even bother with that. You don't give a shit.
I care. I care.
He's just gonna rip it off you anyway. You know what you should do? You should get some body paint and paint you up like a transformation sequence.
Ooh,
and then you can just
God.
spin around for him. And then he doesn't have to rip anything off. You're already naked.
I think of a strange, strange turn.
Actually, we should probably do that.
Ooh. That would be cool.
Only if I
Are
can
you
tape
actually
it
looking up?
for great justice.
She's actually looking up body paint.
Yeah, well, I want to be Kenji Tsukino. Why? Because he's a righteous salary man.
Who?
Usagi's father.
Yeah, he wants to dress up like this.
Okay.
It'd be so easy. All I'd have to do is shave the beard and just grab my regular suit and tie.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wears glasses.
Yes, I do.
Oh.
Seriously, like,
I'm sorry,
I know who doesn't wear glasses.
I've seen, one picture of him, and the animated photo that I get to stare at while we're talking, he's not wearing glasses.
That's
so how am I supposed to remember that?
I forgot to put glasses on either of us in that image. And I've never fixed it.
I always feel like it was kind of a real, it's kind of sad in the sense that her parents never get to see their grandchildren. Well, they do, but they don't realize that they're seeing their grandchildren.
Yeah. Well, no,
well, maybe
grandchild.
Later. Maybe later. I mean, she takes over.
She only has the one.
Unless we're talking about Sailor Moon and the other story.
Yeah, but only one of them visits.
No, the other story is not a visiting issue. That's just.
I love the concept, the fan art
concept
art that suggests that she has twins.
Yeah.
That was great. And the idea that Chibiusa actually takes after her father, not her mother, is even more hilarious. Because the other twin is basically a clone of Usagi.
When you finally meet Chibiusa, she is kind of like personality, well, maybe not personality, like a little mixture of them. Like, she's outgoing and bratty like her mother, but she's intelligent like her father.
I think the best example is that they have this, for some reason they're sharing a bed for the night, or whatever.
I think that's before they built her room in the attic.
Yeah, and you see them, and they're sleeping the same exact way. Even when they move into the exact same position. And it's just the funniest thing on the planet, because it's like, oh my god, she's exactly like her mother.
I don't think she gets the attic room until she comes back.
Yeah, because doesn't she share with...
Yeah, I think she has to share a bed with Usagi, because there's the episode where she was in bed.
Yeah.
Because she's still a kid. To be fair, I went to bed until I was 14.
I did not know that about you.
I went to bed until I was 14. Really? We're gonna go silent after that? It's not that big of a fucking deal.
What? I was zoned out.
Chibiusa is adorable, and I went to bed until I was 14.
Okay.
That's the gist of the conversation.
Good to know you had wedding problems that late in life, I guess. Sorry to hear it.
It's okay.
Yeah, I just don't know what to say. Oh, that's cool. Tattoos of the brooches from, Sailor Moon. It's really cool.
Anyway.
Anywho.
Oh, I'm gonna stop yawning. I can't think of anything else to talk about though. Are we still shitty sounding on your side?
Not as bad, but we're still pretty garbled, I think. It's an unfortunate fact of life, I'm guessing, these days.
Do you have any tattoos?
Do I have any tattoos?
Yeah.
No. Well,
say
except for
that
that
like
one
it's
on
a
my
bad thing
ass,
to have
but I'm
one.
not going to talk about that.
Do you have a tattoo on your ass?
No.
That's a yes, isn't it?
I don't know, I've never seen his ass.
Do you have something against tattoos?
No, I don't have any tattoos. I'm too much of a chicken.
I have 3.
Well, good for you.
And my dad had like 6 or 7, so what? It's just a little ink.
I know.
Well, it's a lot of ink, and it's under the dermis, but either way.
And I am the only person in our small, but oddly still large group of friends that has tattoos.
Well, do you count the moms in our group of friends? I believe has tattoo.
Does she?
Yeah.
Um,
It's up to Simpson.
I guess I'd have to count Wonder Woman.
She has quite a few tattoos.
Yeah. But there's still more people in our group that don't.
Well, yeah.
Like, not even have one.
Even if I had the money to get it, I probably wouldn't. Most of us just don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm. I like to think of it as a phase that I'm certainly quite over now. I mean, I never did get that, like, one last tattoo I wanted, but I probably never will.
You know what's more important than tattoos?
Paying your bills.
Yes.
Yeah, somebody told my sister that. She's covered from head to toe in tattoos.
Your sister's having another fucking kid.
2 of them.
Yeah.
Dude, the lady that plays Mamoru in this new musical is such a bath. Oh my god. I'm watching them interview like the main Sailor Scouts and her. She's like, yeah, I'm awesome. Well, what's it to you?
Really?
The other girls are all shy and shit. She's like, yeah, no, I'm wearing a tuxedo. Yeah,
She's sexy too. Actually, all the girls are really adorable. Like, seriously, this might be my favorite, even though I haven't seen them actually perform yet, my favorite, cast for the musical so far.
I haven't watched any of the musicals.
Well, let's be dead honest. Japanese girls are usually just cute in general. They're so small and huggable. I swear to God, I'm not a weeaboo.
Yeah, you are.
Well, as long as you don't start saying, like, you saw he's my waifu or something like that, you're fine.
Those people are just strange. I don't even understand that.
That's, yeah.
I wouldn't really go with strange. I would go with deranged. But they sound the same, so go for it.
I don't even know how to meet women who don't immediately think anime as a hobby is disturbing. Because that's all they see when somebody says, oh yeah, I collect anime for a hobby. Really? You're one of those people? What do you mean one of those people?
You clearly just live in the wrong area.
It's conservative, fuck you.
Yeah, if you lived over here,
Where they have anime conventions in Sacramento.
oh yeah. No, you'd have, like, girls crawling all over you.
Well, you shouldn't just date someone because they, like anime. There should be other facets going on there too.
Well, sometimes having one thing in common is all you can get sometimes. Not all of us can have the same relationship that you and your husband have.
Well, if all you're gonna do is fuck them, you don't even have to have anything in common. You just gotta interlock genitals in some manner, or not. Slap them together, whatever.
Like, I'm not even demanding that the person I date have things in common with me. I just don't want them to think I'm a weirdo because I've collected $20,000 worth of anime.
Unless it's like cocaine or something, you shouldn't be actively suppressing people's hobbies.
Yeah.
Like, no, cocaine's my hobby. I'm gonna be over there away from you.
Yeah. It's not hard to have a relationship with somebody that, like, if you can find that person, You don't have to have one damn thing in common. Just as long as, oh, you do this? I'm cool with that. Oh, you do that? Yeah, I'm cool with that too. Like me and my guy. Most of the time all I ever do is read. And the majority of his time is spent on video games. I don't play video games. He doesn't read. But we're perfectly cool with each other. It's like, oh, you're playing a video game? Okay, I'll be over here reading. And we've lasted 12 years like that. Occasionally he gives me shit about the reading though. And wants me to play a video game. So I start to play it, get bored, kill my character, look at him with like a little girl thing and go, can I go back to my book now? I totally purposely killed my character like 20 times. Just so I could go back to my book.
See, my problem is my favorite thing to do is to like play video games or watch movies and just sit and bullshit through the entire thing. Which I guess a lot of people find annoying, but I think it's totally the best thing ever, just to like riff on shit while you're playing or watching something.
Well, I think it's cool if that person has never played or watched that before, I would totally get at getting pissed off about you ranting on it, but if they've played it or watched it before, I don't see the problem.
The only
I
problem
even do
I
that
have
with shit I've
watching-
never seen before.
The only problem I ever have with watching stuff with you is when you turn to me and ask me questions. I'm like, oh my god, watch it! That will be answered, just watch the fucking film.
This show is so dumb, physics don't work like that.
Oh,
That basically is the level of ranting that comes out of my mouth. This is dumb, physics don't work like that. You can't electrocute somebody with vegetable oil, that's just silly.
I really only ask like a whole shit ton of questions if you've seen it a million times and I haven't.
so like everything?
So like Doctor Who, I
get
just don't want to be surprised because sometimes the surprises are bad. So like when I realize that something's going to go on, that's why I ask you a question. That way it doesn't hit me full force when it happens.
And if it's if it happens to be something that's referencing the old show, I would answer it. It's gonna happen in the episode.
You suck.
Every now and then. I certainly did yesterday.
Oh my god.
Oh god! I kind of insinuated that to Kiki, and she's like, oh, it went all day long. I'm like, oh god!
Thanks for the information I did not ask for.
I didn't say you asked for it.
Yeah, you think you're cute.
I'm fucking adorable.
That doesn't mean you're cute.
Yeah, it was. What? You don't like my owl lamp? How about my owl tea light?
It's just so you.
Or my light sensor owl that if that other owl gave off enough light would move its head. Owls!
You're obsessed.
Nope, flounder. I have to redo my shelves.
You're very eclectic.
Uh-huh.
Did I use that word properly?
Yes, I am very eclectic.
Eclectic.
I don't give a shit if it's matching. I'm gonna buy it. I'll make my own style, bitches.
Indeed.
He commented. I was starting to wonder whether he was there or not.
Oh, I'm not actually here. This is a robot. Beep boop.
Pretty good robot.
I'm an android. I got a neural net processor. A learning computer.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Yeah.
I'm flailing my arms around. Let the Muppet Show come back.
Good old Muppet Show. Back when the Muppets weren't for children.
Well, it's not like they cursed horribly on the show anyway.
I miss the Muppet Babies myself.
That was a good show too. Did you not watch the Muppet Babies?
I didn't watch the Muppets. I didn't watch the Muppet Babies. I just knew they existed. And I still cried when Jim Henson died.
Mm.
But mostly because I was forever grateful for the Dark Crystal, which was my number one favorite. Nobody will ever change that. And right underneath it is the Labyrinth, because those were Jim Henson puppets.
What image from Jim Henson Company?
And plus David Bowie was in it in skin tight pants. Or no, he was not. Those weren't pants. Those were leotards. Which means you could see more than in pants. That man might be fucking
Seriously,
old,
how did the costuming department not go? They can see his package, right?
Nobody cared. It's David fucking Bowie, man. He's fucking awesome. He's on my list.
Okay.
But everybody has a list of someone that no matter how old those people get, you would still jump them.
Good to know. Bones backs away slowly.
Don't run away just yet. Stay tuned for part 4. This is part 4.
I don't care what you say, everybody has that list.
I don't have that list, unfortunately. Or fortunately, in my case.
That's odd.
No, you're the odd one. I'm the normal one.
I don't think so.
What's your proof?
Mm,
That's right. You got nothing.
I live in California.
How's that proof for anyone?
I have no idea what that proves.
I'm better than you.
Circumstantial at best.
Shouldn't that just show that because you live in different states, you shouldn't be compared to one another?
But California is awesome.
Well, I live in paradise, but I don't shove it in other people's faces.
You know,
I think that's kind of weird.
the part in between the fire part and the floody part, which is sometimes the fire part, while the other part is sometimes the floody part. This nice valley area, which is also sometimes the floody part and fire part.
At least we can all agree, at least none of us live in Japan, which is literally constantly under natural disasters.
Seriously.
It's not typhoons, it's earthquakes. If it's not earthquakes, it's mudslides. It's not mudslides, it's giant goddamn rocks rolling down the side of the fucking mountains.
It makes you wonder how they ever get anything done.
Because they're
incredibly resilient.
Yeah, they're very good at just rebuilding shit and going on.
Like, whole towns were wiped out after that one giant tsunami. Like, 2 months later, all the roads were reopened. The buildings weren't rebuilt yet, but, like, all the roads were reopened, all the utilities were back up. There was nothing in these towns, just, like, burnt out husks, but they had all the infrastructure back. They're like, we'll rebuild over the summer. You'll rebuild the entire city over the summer. Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Cool.
Holy shit. Like, whole giant boats that washed, hundreds of yards inland. They moved them a couple weeks. They were back. They were salvaged. I'm like, geez, that would have taken years here just to get the freaking boats out of the way. They're like, yeah, no big deal. Crap. You know what I really miss? Afternoon cartoons.
Yes.
I miss being able to turn on the TV, whether it be local network television or cable television, just, like, turn cartoons on in the afternoon. Like, good cartoons, not, like, the shit that comes out these days that's just retarded. I can't think of a good example of modern children's cartoons, but, like, some of the stuff that I see come out, I'm just like, really? This is what we're feeding our children for entertainment. It's retarded. I've come to the conclusion that now that we're the ones in charge...
He was mid-rant and we lost him.
Aww.
Bones?
Are we back?
Yeah. Continue on what you were saying.
Oh my god, your quality's perfect again.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's in the white. It's not yellow. Yay!
Yay!
So we've cleaned the connection again, and now I can actually hear you guys.
Yeah, we can hear Bones. He's not all crackly.
Yay!
Hooray!
Peanut butter jelly time.
Peanut butter jelly time.
Peanut butter jelly, a peanut butter jelly, a peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat, a peanut butter jelly, a peanut butter jelly, a peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Hey yeah, hey yeah, hey yeah. So that's all I can remember. I feel like Cartman on that one episode. Hey Cartman. No, come sail away, come sail away with me. Screw you guys, I'm going home. Goddamn hippies. Goddamn rainbows. Crop your leg, bites you in the ass. Cartman, what are you talking about? Never mind. No, but I miss afternoon tsunami. Like, it's not that I would watch it anymore, but I just kind of miss it. Like, I miss those days when I'd come home from school, drop my book bag, turn on the TV, grab a snack, and then sit and do my homework and watch Toonami for the next 2 or 3 hours until dinner.
That's right.
You used to do stuff like that? I wasn't allowed to turn on the TV until my homework was done.
Dude, when there wasn't a TV on in my house, that was weird.
My parents let me do whatever the fuck I wanted because I was an honor student.
Somehow my parents would know. Even though they didn't get home until several hours after we did, they would know that we had the TV on at some point. They would just know.
See, I never understood why that was a problem if you were getting your shit done.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always had our homework done. We were always up on everything. But the thing is that, like, we just weren't allowed to do it until stuff was done. You know, we would come home, we had to lay out our homework, we had to sit, do our homework, and as soon as our homework was done, like, if we couldn't finish something without one of theirs help, we had to put it aside, and it could be addressed after dinner, but we had to do what we could do before we were allowed to, like, play, watch TV, anything like that.
Well, it's good to know that your parents are the fucking Gestapo. Jesus fuck.
Yeah, I had no such restriction.
I would just fucking sit
That
in the
was
living
only
room.
until high school, though. Once I got into high school, my parents, like, let go of the leash.
My parents haven't had a direct involvement in my life unless there's an emergency since I was probably about 12 years old.
There were a lot of times, I think my parents got sick and tired of me getting in trouble because they, like, never ever paid attention to me. And I kept on getting, like, these weird friends. And then there was, you know, the boyfriend I had for a year that beat me up, which was totally more my mom's fault than mine. Because she let me have a boyfriend when I was 10 years old.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You have some fucked up parents, you know that?
Yes, she does.
You tell me that they're just fucking straight, but that you have a boyfriend at 10? That's a fucking yeah.
From the summer I was 10 to the summer I was 11. And pretty much that entire year, he beat me up every single day.
Here.
Just a cute image.
Jesus, titty fuck.
But I think they learned, like, really quickly, and then the leash was too tight because I don't know, I think they got sick of having me at home. Because then they just let me loose again.
Well,
and then I got in more trouble.
Not only were your parents shitty, they were very inconsistent, so. Like, the only problem my mom ever had is occasionally she would forget that she had grounded me. That was it. And it didn't happen often enough for it to be an issue.
Oh no, my parents never forgot I was grounded. Never. My mom would actually write it down on the calendar. And it didn't matter if you flipped the month, because it would just say at the top, still grounded.
I have never been grounded for like that long period.
The last time I was seriously grounded, I was 16 years old. I was supposed to be grounded for a week. I was grounded for 3 days. Because my parents understood that legitimately I didn't realize that what I had done was a no-no, I guess. Here's the deal, okay? When I was 16, 17, I just got my driver's license. And the rest of my buddies didn't have theirs yet. Well, the biggest thing is they had their driver's licenses, but they didn't have their own cars. I had my own car because I had spent my time productively, you know, saving money and whatnot to have a car. And one of my friends stole another one of my friend's bikes and just, like, took off. And I chased him in my car, which was wrong, and I understand that now. But at 17, it seemed like the most logical choice to catch up with him. Well, our neighbor called the cops, and I got in trouble, and technically what I did didn't break any laws, so it wasn't like, I didn't get a ticket or anything, but the cop was like, your son needs to learn responsibility while driving a vehicle, and I'm like, I chased him down the road, and my friends got out and confronted him about stealing a bike. He's like, you need to call us if that happens. I'm like, okay, my bad, sorry. My parents are like, you caused so much trouble, you little shit. And I'm like, okay, sorry, didn't realize it was that big of a deal. I won't do it again. You know, I've learned that this was not the proper way to address the situation. I understand that now. So, I was grounded from using the car for 3 days, and I was supposed to stay home and get shit done, which is what I did every night during the week anyway. This was like on a Sunday, so I was grounded like Sunday night through like Wednesday, and then Thursday my dad threw me back the keys and said, just go, you understand what you did, you didn't break any laws, you didn't get us in any trouble, so just, behave yourself. And I'm like, okay. And then everything was fine after that, and I've never been, I've been yelled at a couple things about stupid things I've done, but I've never been, in major trouble again. Now, obviously, now it's silly. Now I'm 26, so it doesn't matter, but, it's one of those, But the last big thing was I sheepishly got a speeding ticket, and I had to tell my dad, and I'm like, so I got a speeding ticket. He's like, why are you telling me this? I'm like, I don't know, just thought I'd let you know. He's like, yeah, I don't care. Just pay your speeding ticket and shut the fuck up. I'm like, okay.
I didn't have issues like that. The only punishment-related issues we've ever had as a family is when the older bitches would try to punish me. Me not being their child.
Yeah, it doesn't really work that way.
So my eldest sister, biological sister, not sister, lived with us for a while with her kids, and she thought she had rights over me, even though, my mom lived with us and was a fucking thing. So that pissed my mom off a lot. And then when we rented a place from my other sister for a while, she thought she could ground me. That's why we moved out of there.
She thought she could ground you?
Yeah.
Your parents were there.
Yeah, she thought she could ground me for something my eldest nephew did. The guy who's 6 years fucking older than me?
But he did it.
Yes. He cut the phone line because he thought I stole a pair of pants from him.
Wow. Yeah, see, I got grounded for 4 months.
Oh no, come back, good connection.
Because my sister lied about something.
Shit, I thought you killed someone for 4 months. Jesus Christ.
No, I got grounded for 4 months because I went to a party where granted, the mom was supposed to be there. There weren't supposed to be boys. But I didn't really find out about this until I already got there. And then essentially I just made sure I took care of myself and made sure that nothing bad happened to me or to my friends. But my sister took it further. My sister said that we were drinking, we were doing drugs, we were all screwing around and everything like that. And I was 13. I want to say I was 13. And so my parents were like, yeah, you're grounded until we say you're not anymore. And yeah, it was 4 months. That's why I made the comment about it was written on the calendar. Because my mom wanted to make sure that my dad didn't let me off. So I missed parties, birthdays. I didn't get to go to any kind of my parents took my sister to the movies. And I had to sit at home alone.
Well, that sucks.
Mm-hmm. Man, I'm so glad I was the baby.
Yeah.
And that my brother is awesome. And Bones, are you still there? Bones?
Whoa! What?
Man, stabilized connection. I want to watch
Can you
CNN
hear me?
after this.
Hello?
Yes.
Is there anyone there?
Yeah, we're there.
Damn it,
No,
Kiki,
we're not.
why does your internet suck so much?
It's only Skype that's saying it sucks so much. Everything else is fine. Because I'm not actually losing my actual connection. The only thing losing connection is Skype. Phones?
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 Hello?
Hi.
Whoa, there, we're good again. Holy crap.
Seriously, it's only Skype doing it. Everything else is fine.
It's only Skype. Actually, no, I was gonna make a comment about, you know, one of the reasons why it sucks to be the older sibling?
No, because I'm the baby.
I got grounded for 4 months for something that my sister said I did. Right? My sister was only grounded for 2 weeks after being suspended
We're losing again.
for smoking in the girls' bathroom. You know how old she was? She was in the 5th grade.
Well, remember, your mom loved your sister. She was her little doll.
Yeah. Now what is she?
A woman who needs to have less children.
And get a job.
Oh, God damn it.
Your Skype sucks. Your Skype sucks.
Hi, Bones. How you doing? Are we actually connected, or Bones?
Phones.
Says we're cutting out.
Pepe.
Damn it!
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Wow.
Oh, it's bad, I bet. What's going on at their ISP?
Hi.
That's a little better. What the hell is going on with your connection? I don't think it's mine. Actually, let me double check.
Well, I didn't think it was mine before because only Skype was having the problem, but then suddenly everything had the problem. And,
Let's see what my network health is like.
Wow. Did we start all over again?
Yeah, it's saving on a different file, though. Hopefully the other ones are fine.
La-di-da, la-di-da.
Nope, my connection's good. There's my 50 megs a second. Let's see what I got for upload. Oh, there's 5 megs. Yep, 5 megs a second upload. I'll take it.
You went all wobbly.
It's on your side, obviously.
Yeah. It's probably just gonna drop again, so we might want to call it.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Time
Good
of
fun,
death.
Because
Don't get it and buy a groove.
yeah, and because my connection's not consistent, we probably can't watch the movie either. So,
That was episode 39. Thank you once again for listening to the super happy fun Damatron Tea Party with Kiki and Bones. There may have been some other human there, but who cares? Farewell.
bye, Bones.
See you later. Funny
It was a
Hans.
pleasure as
Don't
always.
stop till you drop.
Bye.